And we're off.
And welcome to week 2, Tuesday night, Fallen and Brawlin' Chair League in Heroes of the Storm. We got the Conquistadors on the blue team and Discord White on the red, and we're starting with a quick ban with Zagara. Uh, Seen a lot of Zagara both in the bans and the plays so far in Chair League, and she's certainly done work in every game I've seen.
Pretty solid to keep her off the Sky Temple.
And a response with a Falstad, which also has seen a lot of play and ban on Sky Temple. Very mobile character having wings, turns out. Conquistadors picking up a Thrall. It's a fairly safe, fairly unpunishable first pick and mixes well with a whole lot of other teammates.
They first picked him, too. They wanted to make sure that they could have that solid damage.
Well, every Thrall you take is a Thrall your opponents don't get.
Fair.
That's what my grandmother told me.
Your grandmother?
I mean, if she knew a whole lot about heroes, she would probably say that. She was a smart lady.
Do you think she'd be into the whole replying with a Sonya?
I mean, Sonya certainly goes toe to toe with Thrall aware, has a whole bunch of wave clear, and like Thrall, mixes well with a whole bunch of other teams. I'll tell you what doesn't mix well with a lot of people, Kael'thas. It's a very caustic relationship.
Hmm.
How many times has Kael'thas been patched now, you think? Like 8, 9? Like, I think he's finally in a good spot, but it took a long time to get there.
I don't know. He dropped off the face of the world, in my opinion, for a bit, and now all of a sudden he's back in a big way.
I'll tell you who's been turned down a little bit here lately, Li Ming. And both teams just looking to get all the damage they can, just scooping it up with a shovel and just funneling it into their team. By the way, viewers, I realized I've had really bad etiquette. My name is Terraspaz, and I'll be your caster for today. And joining me is my co-caster.
I am Gumby, aka Will. Hello.
Hello. So as we go into the bans, Conquistador picks up Diablo, looking to just charge at somebody and tell everybody on his team who they should delete.
I can really get behind that Diablo pick right here. This is a very solid frontliner for this map.
Well, I've seen on other maps that teams might be prioritizing frontliners too much and winding up with 3, 4, or even 5 of them, and there's not a whole lot of space on the front line for more than one dude. Discord White coming up with the Tyrant ban. So what do you ban here if you're Conquistadors? Neither team's really gunning for supports, and both teams are just happy to ban them both away.
Yeah. Now, do you think? Which team do you think would benefit more from Rhaegar? Because I have a hard time imagining he'll go unpicked.
Well, if there's a team getting Rhaegar, I have to imagine it's going to be Conquistadors. I mean, Sonya has some benefit from it, but nothing like Thrall and Diablo. But my grandpappy once told me that for every Rhaegar you take, you deny your opponent one. I had very like-minded grandparents.
Ah, they seem to know a lot about Heroes of the Storm.
They do. They were up on all the business, yo.
Ah, did they say that themselves?
No, they were too cool for that. They had stuff that was years beyond me. Like they were fly before there were planes.
Oh,
Discord White taking a fair bit of time on their fourth pick. They seem to be in some sort of predicament, and they're trying to figure out how they can get themselves out of it. And Fall is a pretty big answer to a lot of problems. There is a ton of damage on Discord White's team. If they can ever catch Conquistadors in a bad spot, they can quickly remove all obstacles in their way.
Karazim.
So this is kind of concerning because this is what I was worried about before. They've already got two heroes dedicated to being on the front line, trying to put in a bunch of melee damage, and Karazim needs to be there too to make his healing really worthwhile. Otherwise they unless they're going for maybe a double support here.
It does seem like they're going to be relying fairly heavily on this Diablo, though, to push someone out of position.
I mean, if he can do that, if he can break through and get to that Kael'thas, get to that Vala, then a lot of that damage from Discord White disappears. So he's going to have to be a playmaker for sure.
Especially since until level 10, none of them have any real ways to get anyone out of position efficiently.
I mean, they've got some roots. Diablo can dash in and put someone behind him, but that's almost certainly a death sentence for Diablo with this team, right?
Yep.
Conquistadors deep in the tank, 10 seconds to go before their last pick. They're going all in on this frontline plan. So I don't know if you know today, but Artanis received a patch today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't get the full details from it, but he has less health. But now his twin blades give him a partial charge just innately, like from level 1 on.
Oh.
So he can get in there, get in the middle of the fight, and start dealing damage and recharging his shields, but at the cost of a little bit of health. I think it's like 100 at the first level. He's got 100 less health.
Okay. Well, I don't know how big of a change that will be. I personally have not played that much Artanis in my day, but hopefully this game will showcase his new stats a little.
I'm looking forward to it. Zealot Charge has always been one of the most fun abilities he's had, and even when it's tactically bad, I'll pick it. Discord White walking down to the wire and picks up Muradin. And
So it looks like both teams here rounded out their drafts with their second tank.
I don't know who do you looking at this? Who are you favoring right now? Personally, I think Discord White came out with the better team, but I don't know. Maybe the Conquistadors know something I don't.
I think I'm gonna go with the Conquistadors here. They have the ability to get in there with 4 of their heroes, and with Karazim always in there healing generally all of them that are there. They'll just have Li Ming sitting away from the battle, just producing constant damage.
Our time has come.
Oh, I got an unexpected guest. Let's see. It doesn't look like he's affiliated with either one of the teams.
Intruder alert.
All right, almost had a bit of an issue. I don't think he had any ill intent, but You know, just trying to keep everything as fair as possible.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, I asked that in a scrimmage I was in too, and the other team said, nah. I guess just remove the possibility of anything shady.
That's too spooky, man. Get him out of here. And we are ready to rumble.
Man, I wish I had like a real referee. Like I had some sort of card or a whistle or like a big arm motion to throw someone out of the stadium. Instead of just got a little button.
Like maybe you have a set of keys. Each one gives a different card. You can select the hero, give him maybe a yellow card.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game pauses and you have one of these big temple minions. You see one pop up on the player's screen. He just lifts the card and says, "You're out of here."
Or maybe like a Dragon Knight rushes at the screen and just kicks you straight out of this game.
Oh man, your computer just blue screens.
Blizzard, get on this.
Oh man. We're just waiting for that referee update now.
It's what the fans want. By the way, when you get in game, let me know if you can move your camera or if you're just looking at what I see.
Okie dokie.
Because this is an experimental game, and I am going to learn a lot. Looks like everybody's loaded. I'm not sure. Oh, Diablo's got that little slice of life left. Hope he's not having connection problems. That'd be a bad way to start the day.
Oh, there we go. And I can move freely. Oh. It looks like one of our players has crashed. It's quite unfortunate. Hopefully it won't take too long to fix.
So let's talk about the state of the game. It looks like it's pretty even match right now. So each team, all their structures remaining. It looks like no damage or experience on either side.
So notably, in the first negative 34 seconds, I think both teams have made a mistake in not taking the vision. I think tactically that would have helped either team substantially here know where the enemy team is at this point. Even though it's safe to assume that at negative 34 seconds, they're going to be in their nexus.
Well, I mean, they're both doing a good job defending core. Although it's worth noting that there's only 2 players per team on the board right now, so that's going to limit the team fight potential.
It's going to be real hard to do things like check boss while maintaining a temple.
I would prepare for your
And we're off!
Alright, looks like we got motion on both sides. Looks like we've got a game. So starting off for Conquistadors, we've got Kanasan on Thrall, Gyu on Li Ming, Mr. Arigato on Karazim, Valamar on Artanis, and Diablo is controlled by Jasek. And on Discord White, we have Burger 987 on Sonya, Forever Zero on Vala, Hysteria on Kael'thas, Waldo on Muradin, and Eslo 84 with the Rhaegar, bringing up the rear. Let's have a good game. No big fight brewing yet, a lot of posturing in mid. Still nobody taking vision.
See, now this is what I was talking about. If that Diablo can just have the power to timely put someone out of position, they can put a lot of damage on someone.
I mean, it's worth noting that their target... Yeah, if it was anybody else, that hero could have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, even for Murd, they just pounded a ton of damage very early on there.
Looks like he's going after the Kalthus. Can they soak the damage on? He's going to take a bunch, and there he goes, but Diablo's going to trade with him. I think this is going to be a very violent game.
Oh yes, that's what we're hoping for.
They don't call it pillow fights of the storm.
Both teams have dedicated a tank to the bottom lane.
It's going to be kind of a slow, grindy fight until something happens. Of note, it's neither team picked up a specialist to take bottom lane.
No, they both seemed pretty set on the double tank plan.
Discord White, Park, and Muradin on top of the top shrine. Most of Conquistadors didn't hit blue, and it looks like we're going to have a simple trade here. No one's really gearing up for a big fight. Just both teams looking to trade temple, dedicate a tank down to bottom to soak some experience. Mr. Arigato patiently waiting in the bushes, waiting for somebody to come out and make a mistake. So far, no big action yet.
Li Ming still just continuing to try to get some good pokes with her orb.
There's just too much health there right now. Rhaegar there to fix any real big damage. Just a knife-safe trade, and it looks like Conquistadors coming out ahead with a battle level experience lead. And I think that's one of the advantages of getting the middle temple instead of the top. You can get a bit of an experience lead easier. It's easier to hold that shrine and soak.
Yeah, it's a bit easier to manage your lanes from the middle of the map.
Thrall in between lanes trying to figure out where to go, thinking about picking off this Sonya. It's a lot of dancing, a lot of respect for each team, not trying to dive in and do anything crazy, just playing very safe. I think that 30-second.
Speeder to poke.
What a great mount.
What's your favorite mount?
I'm a purist, and so I like the Void Speeder.
Okay.
What about yourself?
I gotta go with the Cloud9. All day, every day.
See, I missed the window on that. I think I'm just salty that I didn't get it.
It's alright, I'm just waiting for the day they finally get a Tempo Stone 1.
Might be a while. Kalthus looking to join Rhaegar here to keep putting pressure on Li Ming. Broken through the towers. That was all just because of the laser. No further damage yet.
It looks like they're gonna try and get an early bruiser camp here.
That might time well with the shrine popping up on the bottom. All depends on when that shrine pops. It looks like that's a move they've practiced, because that's going to push. And Thrall has to decide whether or not he's going to come down and help his team at bottom or deal with this camp. And it looks like he says, "Nah, my minions got this." So while this is up, that camp for Discord White's going to do a lot of work for him.
And it looks like the Conquistadors have the early positioning on the temple.
Oh, well, that's certainly going to go in their favor. They can come in behind anyone once Muradin comes in, but it looks like we're going to have a big threat. Thrall taking a significant amount of damage. Bala also as well. Living Bomb just destroying Conquistadors.
Li Ming can't get in there to fight.
Li Ming's effectively out of it. Artanis is living on borrowed time, but able to take out several heroes while he's doing it.
They were able to rally back.
And totally wipe Discord.
And they take an impressive fight win in the early game. That'll put them in almost an entire level and a half ahead. And they have no challenge for this temple.
No, they're going to easily clean up the rest of the shots. Karazim deals with the camp, but it looks like they're going to trade forts as a result. But heroics and a level and a half lead go to Conquistadors. That shield overload, man, it's deceptively good. Just when you think you got him, now he's got more health. He's ready to damage you.
Oh yeah, he'll let you know it too.
Like right here, it looks so killable. You just want to chase him, you want to go after him, but he's got more health than you realize. Sundering coming out pretty early from Conquistadors, trying to get that ball out, but she's gonna bounce the correct way, but gets grabbed by Artanis and is immediately killed.
Between Artanis's Prism and Diablo's grab, it just seems like they have so many ways to reposition their opponents.
They're just gonna go straight for the money and grab this fort as well.
There they go, they're going to take out the fort and they're going to get out of there. They're all Li Ming heading to bottom to take care of that camp.
So looks like I might have been wrong on this. For all the damage that I thought Discord White had, it doesn't seem to matter if they can't fire it off. Bunch of damage coming in on Diablo. He's probably going to be okay from this. So we got Temple spawning at top and bottom. Nobody really making a move for top. Maybe this Diablo is going to go take care of it. And Discord White looks like they're going to set up shop in bottom.
It looks like the Conquistadors are going to challenge them for it.
And win by forfeit.
Wow.
Discord White saying, nope, we've done this dance before. We've seen how these fights go. We're going to go get a temple of our own and trade again with you.
They recognize they're a level down and they just don't want to take the risk.
I mean, at this point, it's not going to cost Discord all that much. The lasers are just going to maybe plow through this top fort, but...
Now, what do you think of the Conquistadors starting to take boss and then giving up on it?
I think that was fairly aggressive, but somehow out of the deal, they wind up getting Kelthus.
And it looks like they're going to chase Sonya and Murden.
Big phase prism on Sonya. Brawl can get one more root out, and Sonya will fall. All the while, Rhaegar scooping up the last of these laser shots. Looks like he's going to finish that off before the cavalry can arrive. But I'm not sure how Thrall escapes this, or not sure how Rhaegar escapes this.
And he goes down.
Diablo's not sure how Rhaegar escapes this either.
And it looks like they're going to squeak out the last of this temple. And they're closing in on being a solid 2 levels up, and this fort should do it.
A nice sneak from Discord White, getting those bruisers before the pain train drops in. It's not going to do a lot, but it at least denies Conquistadors the opportunity to get it and possibly put some serious pressure on this top keep. So a talent tier down, Discord White's hopefully trying to get as much experience as they can to get back up to 13. I think that's why you saw Sonya down soaking by herself at bottom.
It looks like the Conquistadors are going to make a move to take the enemy siege camp.
Sonya's there and watching and just gets drilled right into the monsters themselves. Damage coming in. An excellent ancestral to save her life. And we've got a great big fight brewing. Divine Palm on Canissons. He's going to be alive. Big damage coming from Li Ming. And everyone's at such low health. Sonya starts falling. Fala starts falling. Kelthus starts falling. Things look awful for Discord now.
They had an amazing ancestral on Sonya, but then it was just... They responded with an amazing palm on Thrall there, and it just went downhill from there.
Rhaegar's trying to get away, just trying to buy as much time, but he's going to get phase prisoned and consumed. But what Rhaegar did do there is he bought a whole lot of time for the rest of his team to spawn, so Conquistadors probably can't do a whole lot with that team wipe. It's never good to die, but if you can deny the other team like a 20-second power play, maybe it's worth it.
Well, that may be true. They are nearing on a 3-level lead. Still a talent up now.
Discord White's going to have to come up with some sort of excellent play here to steal an advantage they shouldn't have. Single temple on the board. It's going to be in mid. We should see a great big fight there. Discord White has a great idea of where Conquistadors are. Trying to figure out how can they crack this nut. Oh, and Rhaegar being down by himself at the bottom is probably not the route to do that. Sundering comes out. He's going to barely escape.
Oh, and he comes up right behind the enemy team, and he gets taken out.
Kel'Thas with a tiny bit of health. Looks like he's barely going to get away. And Artanis falls! Shield regeneration finally given out. A 1-for-1, but the temple looks like it's going to fully go to Conquistadors, and that keep damage is not something Discord White can afford right now. Keep stands, but Conquistadors look like they're trying to clear this wave and just poke it down. A forceful cough should be the end of that building. Or a ball of mystical arcane energy, whatever. So Gumby, you're the captain of Discord White. You got to rally your troops behind one cause. What do you have to do to get your team back in this game?
Probably involves something like a player or two on the enemy team having their computer blow up. Because at this rate, if the Conquistadors just keep playing conservatively the way they've been playing, putting them out of position, things should go well. And this fight is going off in a big way. Big sundering.
Oh, an excellent Divine Palm on Diablo. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of damage and a lot of low health going against Conquistadors.
Karazim and Thrall were dedicated to taking down Murden, and they just did not have the damage to take him down, and they get punished by it.
Artanis living the dream, fighting the good fight, but not enough to take down Rhaegar. And we have a 3-for-1 in favor of Discord White.
Wow.
This is how you mount a comeback. Now they've reduced that 3-level deficit to just a level and a half. And I really like this move from Discord White. They need something further to get them back in the game. This might be punishable, but if they can get away with it, this is just what they're gonna need.
I think this is a solid play. They can take the boss, and then they can try and make a rush into the temple to challenge. I think this is a great way to get back into this game. They've just shown that they can handle the other team in a team fight, but it looks like they might settle for a trade. They know that the other team will have to react to this boss sooner or later.
Well, and what's important to note is that they've got time. The top keep is not going to fall to this laser. It's got enough health. And they've already got Pulse against them in the middle lane, but they've got enough time to deal with it. They're not out yet.
Now, one problem is they are spreading thin by splitting up their team to the temples, and
I
they
think
might catch this Rhaegar out of position here.
He's in a bad spot. He doesn't have a lot of places to go. Phase Prism's just going to come and grab him. Can he get away? No. Sundering says no, thank you. While that's happening, can they get some damage to their own in top lane? Diablo's taking a lot of damage here. Apocalypse is going to stun the team out, and it looks like Diablo might just get away with this. Divine Palm saves him again.
Oh, and they might pick up Sonya here, and there she goes.
Oh, an excellent ult from Bala.
Li Ming narrowly escapes with that shield.
magic
Artanis handling that boss.
sleeps. Otherwise,
Now the Conquistadors have just hit their 20s.
I gotta say, Mr. Arigato has been on point with his Divine Palms. I've seen him come clutch with every single one he's cast this game.
Yes, they've all been very impressive.
Bit of a bruiser trade. Level 20 talents are available for Conquistadors, so they've got one last section of time where they will have a talent advantage. Now, there's not a whole lot to do with it at the moment. They don't want to rush into a 4v5 that they don't need to. Looks like they're just going to scoop up these siege camps and wait to burn some clock until another shrine appears.
Artanis scoping out the other camp.
Tries to get in there and... Big damage coming out, a lot of damage on Sonya. Big Ancestral on her, she's going to survive. Apocalypse stuns a couple people. Muradin flips away. Big damage on both sides, but all the supports, all the warriors doing a great job keeping themselves standing. Damage coming in on Artanis. He's going to detonate.
And Li Ning picks up that Kale Bus. She goes right into laser mode.
And this is such a close fight. Everybody on Discord White at such low health. Rhaegar goes down. What do you think? Can Conquistadors take this? There.
Well, Discord White has to react to this camp as well as, it looks like they're going to ignore the temples and just try to push here with this camp.
I don't think they have the damage to power through this. I think they can damage but not kill the core. This Sonya really needs to get out of this alive. If she falls, this is not good for the defense.
It looks like they're going to back off and just settle for taking the temples. At minimum, they should be able to get one here. They might go for both.
If they split them both, that's going to put enough damage to kill the bottom keep and possibly the core as well. I'm kind of surprised they're not going for it. Maybe they're okay playing the safe game, keeping that Karazim and Diablo together. They've been doing some work together this game.
And that final keep falls.
Alright, so no more room for error for Discord White. They have to start winning fights from here on out if they want to stay in this game.
It looks like we're going to have a standoff here.
Muradin says now's the time. An excellent ultimate from Vala, interrupted by Sundering and Apocalypse.
That huge Sundering separating Sonya from the team.
And another amazing Divine Palm on that hero's fallen left and right, but most of them are on the side of Discord White. Only Muradin and Sonya left standing, and Sonya barely so.
Sonya with just a sliver of health. Let's see if Artanis picks her up here.
Can he find her?
Oh, and she engages only to die.
Artanis gonna pick up the last of these laser shots, pecking at the core.
Oh man, each of these laser shots are huge. And it looks like Thrall decides to not hurt and just go to the top temple.
And I don't think that Muradin's gonna be able to do anything to stop this. I think GG is called, and rightfully so.
Well played game by both teams, but it just looks like they were able to overpower Discord White. Positioning and damage throughout the game just was too much for them.
blue team
Also worth noting, there were 40 total takedowns that game.
A slaughter of a game.
We asked for violence, and we certainly got it. Well, congratulations to Conquistadors and Discord White for a game well played on both sides, but there is only one W, and today that W goes to Conquistadors, so congratulations to you guys, and good luck in Week 3. So that'll about wrap it up. I'm gonna get set for the next match of the evening, and we'll take a brief media timeout, and we'll see you all in the Nexus. Take care.